because they're representing in their skin color our community or that of our community in many ways. Nobody with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because he could be crooked as a piece of shit as well. You know what I'm saying? But we do not only gonna just let our skin color run our mind as to what we are also thinking. If we're gonna think in a unifical way, then we must have that type of understanding. We must be able to weed out. We cannot just go on the fact of what they call it, conscious community of brotherhood and all this different stuff that we have preached for many years, I guess, throughout the neighborhoods, which is fine and dandy in many ways. But at the same time, if there is someone who's coming in on that platform, then many will follow him and not be aware of what he's really doing. So we have to look at even that now, because that is of high concern. You know what I'm saying? It's a high concern. You know what I'm saying? We see the first person to live for 1,000 years has already been born. Say science. Okay, okay. We see that. We see a lot of that going on. We see the View. You know what I'm saying? Coming in. I guess this is from the Independent. Might be the Independent. No, coming from the Rap News. You know what I'm saying? But we see Anna Navarro say June 6th committee subpoena of Trump is mostly symbolic. Trump is not going to show up. So they said, you know what I'm saying, as we see. Now we see the Bidens, huddles with economic team after worse than expected inflation that he caused, him and his demon Democrat and the Luciferian group or whatever organization or whatever he belongs to. He caused that. This was all planned out using that bullshit and, you know what I'm saying, riding the true blue. So he ain't fooling nobody with that, because we see full well that there is no way scientifically for us to understand many stupid things that he be saying out of his mouth. You know what I mean? He's just looking dumber and dumber by the days. You know what I'm saying? But we see now the January 6th panel subpoenas. Trump shows startling new video. Okay, what startling new video did they show? You know what I'm saying? After saying all the bull that they is talking about. But we see the House January 6th committee, stupid committee, voted unanimously to subpoena to unanimously subpoena the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, demanding his personal testimony as it unveils a startling new video that describes his multi-part plan to overturn his election loss, which led to his supporters' frenzy or whatever, assault or fierce assault, on the U.S. Capitol. You know what I'm saying? With alarming message from the U.S. Secret Service warning, of course, the Secret Service warning of the violence and the vivid new video of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. How did I know? And it's not unexpected at all, especially coming from Nancy Pelosi, Bedancy, Bedosi, Bedancy, you know what I'm saying, and other congressional leader pleading for help. What help when she waited about 5 or 10, 20 hours before she called for help? Her and Schumer, as we remember, you know what I'm saying, whether it's alleged or not, it still comes out that it was put out that they did not say anything until later on, after they made sure that all the plans of getting that whole group of people to do all that and ramp them up, you know what I'm saying, because you always have a rally in the crowd. If you look at the story years ago about the man that was rallying up the people against the royal family, you know what I'm saying, and he was constantly ramping and saying that they were evil and they were this and they were that and they were stealing, and maybe they were, maybe they weren't. But the fact that he was able to ramp up the crowd into a coup to take out those people. I forgot the name of the story, but we see many times that we have people like Nancy Pelosi and them, and they're in there doing nothing but pure devil Luciferian junk. You know what I'm saying? And talking about Pelosi and the congressional leader pleading for help. What help? They didn't plead for no help because the only person was killed was the young lady Babbitt or whatever. She was the only one killed. You know what I'm saying? So, what pleading were to help? What they're really pleading for is the investigation to find out what really took place. You know what I'm saying? The committee is not doing anything else except focusing on Trump words and whatever he's saying to try to trap him up as they do when they try to blackball you. And if that don't work, you know what they're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? But we see here pleading for help. You know what I'm saying? In many ways, and we don't want to read any more of the garbage lie story that they're telling. And it seems like one big lying story. But we see New York coming in from Czech New York. We see New York Mayor Q Ball, Eric the Ballhead Adams, holds up his arms during the 78th annual New York Columbus Day Parade. Of course, Cue Ball would be celebrating something like that, such a tyrant of his own people. So that tells you what kind of mayor that you have. And now we see where there was another joint came in where they was talking about New York is one of the first states that has officially in I guess what was it? I think it was right here where it was saying on New York is WIBX 990, I think it's 950 or whatever on the channel dial. But it seems like Kathy Hossel has pulled another one of her great stunts. All these years, you know what I'm saying? But it says New York State 2 officially in Columbus Day. I wonder how long that took and why it was done all of a sudden at this time, because you know full well he was a tyrant and he was a killer, a murderer, a rapist, and probably a pedophilia. You know what I'm saying? And you have us celebrating this clown and teaching it to the kids, even in school, for many years. But even when I was growing up, I told the teacher, you know what I'm saying, in my history, because that Columbus ain't discovered Jack. The only thing he did was brought his grease ball having looking Grinch who stole Christmas, crime must, you know what I'm saying, and came over here and brought hell and heroism upon the people that were here. 250 million people already here long before he got here. You know what I'm saying? So why is we still talking about this man as if he discovered anything at all? You know what I'm saying? But we see here New York gubernatorial candidates talk crime, call for, you know what I'm saying, change at Albany's pizza shop. That's good to know. You know what I'm saying? We see 1 month to go. New York governor race picks up intensity. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. We need to hear that going on. You know what I'm saying? We need to hear this race being put to the challenge in all ways. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't need no set of bullshit in these years to come, because we are thinking about the future of our grandkids. So if you're telling me you care about your grandkids, then you really need to show it when it comes to those upstairs that bring these rules down on our head. You know what I'm saying? Because too much of that has been going on. And we're really getting, people by now should be really tired of it and learn a valuable lesson in these few years that just went by. You know what I'm saying? Even going back to 2019, 2016, you know what I'm saying? It seems like a lot of people did not learn anything, but just constantly, stayed within a certain realm of running with these people for some reason. You know what I'm saying? And it really shames you, you know what I mean? It really shames you. What we see, New York crime wave GOP governor nomination, Lee Zeldin, say first act will be firing Alan Briggs. I think that Mr. Zeldin is very right, because I do not see anything that Mr. Alan Briggs is up there collecting a check for all the taxpayers' dollars The common people who struggling and scraping and scratching, while he sit up on fresh tax dollars, you know what I'm saying, in a big fat check and so forth and on. And then when we see he's a boule to me, and he went right along with the garbage, right along with Como and all the rest of them. So we've got to get rid of Alan Braggs and get somebody else in the seat. It isn't about skin color. It's about getting the job done. After the Empire State Crime Wave got right up to his Shirley, New York home, Republican gubernatorial nominee Lee Zeldin doubled down on his plans to squash. He doubled down on his plans to squash crime running rampant in New York. Lee Zeldin, currently a Republican congressman, you know what I'm saying, on Long Island, told Fox News on Monday he would immediately, you know what I'm saying, fire New York County District Attorney Alan Braggs, who probably put a lot of black people in jail too.